Africans, Africans, when your enemies are at war, don't join them. Europe is fighting Europe. America is fighting Europe. Europe is fighting China. China is fighting Arabs. Arabs are fighting America. America is fighting Russians. Africa is out of the picture. Stay away from war. My advice for Africa today, start planting food. Start planting food. Start planting food. When they finish war, they will all be hungry. You will reinstate yourself as the breadbasket of the world. Here's the proverb, like an old man. When your enemy wants to burn his father's house, please give him the matchstick.
Okay.
If they can leave us, we call Traoré, we call Mama Nandi, we call the presidents of Africa, call a Boss Barat meeting. Gentlemen, we are here. Who has uranium? Who has coal? Who has chrome? What can we do with everything that we have? What machineries do we need? What railways do we need? Corridors. We can trade amongst ourselves. Business. But if we cut the world off, Europe will starve. The industrialization of America will stop overnight. China will shut down. Middle East will shut down. Europe will shut down. They will eat their poop. I'm not joking. They destroyed Ukraine. They destroyed Ukraine. They're in war with Russia. There's no food in Europe. The only benefit they have is Netherlands. Netherlands cannot feed the whole of Europe. They left to bank on Israel. Israel is at war right now. They can't plant. And again, while we are on that, this particular piece, you must cut it. I want to say it very nicely. Africans, Africans, when your enemies are at war, don't join them. Europe is fighting Europe. America is fighting Europe. Europe is fighting China. China is fighting Arabs. Arabs are fighting America. America is fighting Russians. Africa is out of the picture. Stay away from war. My advice for Africa today, start planting food. Start planting food. Start planting food. When they finish war, they will all be hungry. You will reinstate yourself as the breadbasket of the world. Here's the proverb, like an old man. When your enemy wants to burn his father's house, please give him the matchstick.
Okay.
You get it?
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
We need right now, this year, particularly this year, I wish I could speak to all the African presidents and say, focus on agriculture extensively. Because what you are seeing happening in Israel today and in Iraq, what has happened in Ukraine, in Russia, in China, in America, the benefit that Africa has just over food only, food and water, by the way, because while they're dropping these bombs and nuclears on each other, they're contaminating water, they're contaminating the soil, so their food and their air. I'm not joking. If this war cracks on, the only safe place to live so far will be Africa and India. I'm speaking to you like a prophet now. If you want me to speak in tongues, I'm not a tongue-speaking prophet, but I'm telling the truth. The day they drop, if you hear that Russia or Israel or Iraq or North Korea or China has dropped a nuclear bomb, you must know that the food security production has been messed up for the next 150 years. Do your research. You in Africa, you have one of the biggest, largest water reserves in the world, fresh water, plus food. So please tell your presidents, don't get involved in war. Go to the fields and plow. Let's fill up our granaries with food. When they finish killing each other, they will come begging for food. And a hungry stomach does not know politics. I'm not joking. We will have white people as housemaids in our houses.
Wow. 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 Wow.
You are the first one. You are the first one to hear this.
You really think so, Mzee? You really think so?
I'm not thinking so. I'm saying the day you hear that the nuclear bomb has dropped anywhere, the value of Africa will shoot into the sky. I'm the watcher from the future, living with you in the present, with solutions from the past. I'm telling you what I know.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's super heavy. That's probably the most heavy thing I've ever had in this show. That's heavy. That's heavy. Wow. But you spoke about the African presidents. You know, if they listen to, I'm sure they listen to you, Mzee Maponga. I'm sure they listen to you. Why don't they just do the right thing?
Power corrupts the mind. A few of them have reached out, but they don't take us seriously, which is okay. You are the future young people, and I speak to you from my heart, from a heart full of conviction. I speak to you on behalf of all your ancestors, with a full understanding of what I'm saying. I speak on behalf of the dead. I speak on behalf of the living. I speak on behalf of those that are still yet to come. Having walked the three spaces, I can declare to you right now, you have a window of opportunity as Africa to reinstate your position. Africa was great before Europe even knew what greatness was all about. We have the technology, we have the preservation, we have the nature, we have the maternal instincts of preservation, which the rest of the world does not know. They're right now contaminating the whole of Africa with what they call industrialization. That's not industrialization, that's destruction. They want our country and our continent to become like their continents. You can't even drink a glass of water from the Thames River. You can't even drink it. Even a dog can't drink it. Now you want Africa to look like London? So you want to destroy the Serengeti and put buildings there and put concrete? What's going to happen to all those animals? You want to destroy Lake Nile, the River Nile, and put industries and pump sewage water into the water there? Is that what industrialization is all about? You want to become like the Rhine River? You want to become the Mississippi River? Why can't we learn as Africans to see what industrialization has done to those that have gone ahead of us, and then create ecologically friendly cities that are cities of the future? But the cities of the future are cities of the past, young men. This is Timbuktu. This is the Great Zimbabwe. This is Carthage. This is Abyssinia. This is Makongo. In the ancient times, we were building cities, empires. Young men, when you look into the past, see the future.
When you look into the past, see the future.
Where they are going, that's where we are coming from.
Wow.
Because every industry that eats into its nature and destroys its nature, the nature reminds them that you are mortal. And when nature swallows them, it resets them back to factory settings. Hey,
nature.
I'm moving into the philosophical world. My mind is moving way ahead of you. Let me come back a little bit. When you forget that for you to live, you need basic things in life: clean water, clean air, and clean soil. When you forget to preserve those three elements and you pollute them, then what nature does, it kills you with diseases, with pandemics, and etc. And it resets itself. Those that remain start afresh again from zero. Let's learn.
In short, nature always wins. Nature always wins. Always.
You can study history. All nature needs is one morning to whistle itself in the sea, and a tsunami can tell you that all your technologies, fire can tell you in California, all your technologies, epidemics can tell you that it can simply take just 1, 2, 3 years. It can wipe a third of this world and reset itself. Mother Nature does not need us. We need her.
Very true. Very, very true.
It's a cruel world, young man. It's cruel. And unfortunately, we've gone to school, but school has not gone through us. We still have not mastered to understand that this system destroys us. You can't speak English when you're hungry, young man. It's illegal.
Yeah.
A hungry person must not speak in English. That's a bit cruel, yeah.
No. But we have gone to school, but school hasn't gone through us. That's a bar. That's wow. That's a bar.
Because the idea is to go to learn. But unfortunately, we've gone to school, but I don't think we've learned anything. We've not learned how to conserve. We've not learned how to preserve. We've not learned how to farm. We've not learned how to understand how the world runs, how nature functions, how our bodies are related to this. We come back, I have a BSc in accounting, I have a master's in this, I have an engineer in this. You put all those engineers together, all of them are holding pieces of paper, are hereby apply for a job. None of us can solve one single problem. We are still shipping toothpicks from China. Toothpicks. Toothpick, earbud. Just take a piece of stick and put a cotton wool. You are importing that. A whole engineer. You can't make a machine that makes an earbud. To make a pads for our girls. There's a piece of cloth and small cotton wool. We can't do that. How educated are we? Give me Africa. Give me Africa just 1 year. Give me Africa just for 1 year. 1 year.
You know what? That's my next question. Let's say you're in charge of Africa. What would you do? What? Yeah.
Number one, not a single drop of gold leaves this continent. I put all that on the one stock exchange, an African stock exchange, which trades with the rest of the world, but on our terms. And the price of gold is equivalent to London. Value for minerals. That happens to all the 486 minerals that they're getting out of Africa. One stock exchange. Number two, one passport for all Africans. People must be free to move wherever they want to go and settle as Africans. Number three, one language. Start educating so that we can talk to each other for transaction. A commercial language. I'm not destroying cultural languages, they will still remain. But we need a common language. Right now, you are where you are. I'm where I am. But through the English medium, we've been able to plug into each other's minds. If there was no English, you'll have been speaking Kikuyu, me speaking Karanga and Shona, we would have quit this conversation an hour ago. One language. But number 3, 4, I would take 100,000 soldiers from each country. I'll have 5.4 million soldiers standing strong to patrol the African coastline from Cape to Cairo, around the whole continent. One army. Take all the military weapons that we have and position them around the continent. Universities of agriculture, technology, and etc. Ghana, what are you good at? Swaziland, what are you good at? South Africa, what are you good at? For the benefit of the continent. and create one family. All countries will become provinces. Africa will be one country. The rest is history. The rest is history. We have more in unity, less in division. You cannot take China, 1.4, 1.6 billion people, to do business with Zambia, which is 50 million people. It's a non-starter. You're putting 100 tons weight on a 2 kg thing. It crushes it. Your GDP, your power, you have nothing. Your country is like a province where they are coming from. But imagine the strength of our GDP as a continent when we can put ourselves together. If you see what Traoré has done in 3 years, 3 years, what stops us from right now producing our own weapons, producing our own cars, producing our own solutions, planting our own food, using our own knowledge to feed ourselves, distribute ourselves on the continent, and settle ourselves as Africans? And be happy and proud to be Africans. Our own soccer, our own indigenous games, our own medicines, no more pharmaceuticals, our own governments, our own governance and education system, developing solutions for ourselves. We have never gone to Europe and America and told them what to do with themselves. Why are they here telling us what to do with ourselves? Mugabe said, we've not claimed an inch of the British soil. An inch. You find the Anglo-American government here is having 150, 200 square kilometers of land in Zimbabwe. 200, which is almost the size of Britain. To one man. In the name of what? Commonwealth. My foot, that's common poverty.
Commonwealth, common poverty. Wow. Wow. Heavy.
If I would be president of Africa, all I would wish, number one, it is to make sure we establish cultural ties that bind us together. I'll find what is it that connects us together to one another. I would struggle. I would walk from Cape to Cairo in that 1 year. I would not drive. I would walk on foot and mobilize the whole continent to one unified center so that we can begin to live together. From border to border. And what is the mess is that even countries that think that they're divided on both sides of the river, on both sides of the border, they are relatives. So where are we divided? Where do you cut and say, okay, the Kikuyus stop here, the Luos starting? Okay, you are Kenyan. You are Kenyan. Which province you come? Which province you come from?
I come from the Rift Valley. Rift Valley. Yeah.
So where does the Rift Valley end? If I say walk with me to the Rift Valley, draw a line where it ends. Where does it end? You still go for another 40, 60, 80, 100, 200 kilometers. You find still other Luos and other Kikuyus that side. So where do we stop and cut the cord and say it stops here? But anyway, but as the Europeans with their insensitivity of sitting around the table and they take a ruler and they just draw and say, okay, you are that side, you are this side. And if we cannot legitimize colonialism, I've said this and I'll keep on saying it until you young people understand it. And I'll say it until your presidents get fed up with me. You cannot say that the Berlin Conference was wrong and yet our countries are legitimate. If Berlin Conference was illegitimate, all the present presidents, all the present borders, all the present countries are illegitimate because they were drawn up by an illegitimate Berlin Conference. So Ruto is illegitimate. Mnangagwa is illegitimate. Cyril Ramaphosa is illegitimate because their presidency is founded on the Berlin Conference, which was illegitimate in terms of marking boundaries. If you can't hear that, forget about it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
We are dealing with illegitimate presidents who are running an illegitimate system,
Yeah.
which is being managed by illegitimate shareholders who are abusing the legitimate owners of the land.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
They use the Roman Dutch law on us. Are we Romans? Are we Dutch? Then give us passports, all of us. Go to Roman and Dutch. And the first article in law is jurisdiction. So if you are saying you are running a Roman Dutch law, where is Roman and Dutch in Kenya? Where is Roman and Dutch in Zimbabwe?
Nowhere.
Africa
Nowhere.
is bound by this law, which is done in Netherlands. Where is Netherlands in Africa here?
Nowhere.
Yet that is the law. That is the foundation of your democracy, with the foundation of your constitution. So the whole thing is illegitimate. We belong to the natural law. My father's grave is my title deed to my land, not a piece of paper. The revolution, young man. It's a revolution.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's heavy. You're dropping bombs today. You're dropping bombs today. You're dropping bombs today. Woo! Oh man.